And you know what? I could say I'm rocking with, like, if you're gonna call hoagie, it's all good because that bread is a little different. Like it's a little softer, it's a little doughy, like the joint, and it's cool. And
New York's rolls
are different. Like a little harder. There's Italian bread. Like we use more Italian roll bread. Yeah. Like type in that version. And you know what? I'm with
Don't
hoagies.
tell Philly it's not Italian bread.
No, I'm with hoagies. Oh yeah, but I'm with hoagies. I'm with. If you're gonna call it a sub, it's all good. If you're gonna call it a hero, you call it a hero. It's a sandwich. It's a sandwich. As long as it tastes good, it's un sandwich. Like we call it a sandwich, but as long as it tastes good, it's popping, bro. And there's been places like I said it, man. Like there's a place like where is it? Like more by like Frankfurt or something in like Philly, like over there northeast Philly. Little spot on the corner. I'm telling you, like $4.50 with fries. Popping Philly cheesesteak or a steak and cheese in Philly, if you want to call it. Because truthfully, I'm gonna give it to that. If you want if a Philly cheesesteak should be cheese whiz, hoagie, that other bread, that softy
I'm not
bread,
behind that shit, I'm sorry.
No, I know you can't like see it. But when you taste it, bro, like it's gonna be like one of those things.
My
that's gonna
melanin
be like,
would not allow cheese whiz to live in my body, bro.
Bro, that was the most hood thing that we had in the hood, like back in the day. In Flatbush,
bro.
Yo, cheese whiz is like all the it was like.
That's because your melanin level is not as high as mine,
no, not
bro.
me. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about I'm not talking about me.
I don't know,
bro. I'm talking about other, like all my but all my used to be like, and they was on that mayonnaise thing too. They love mayonnaise, and it'd be like, yo, why was people saying like black people don't eat mayonnaise? Like all my boys would eat mayonnaise. It was like wow. They would eat a mayonnaise sandwich on like a raisin bread thing, a bagel. It'd be wow. I'd be like, yo, what are you mayonnaise sandwich?
That is wild. Well, I'm gonna tell you some sick shit. Let me tell you some sick shit. I'm gonna tell you some sick shit.
Caribbean hood shit.
All right.
Caribbean is different than maybe.
Let me tell you some sick shit.
You know, maybe that's what it is.
Let me tell you some sick shit.
Right. So mayonnaise is made different. After he saw how it's made, he said no. Okay, I'm sorry. And I know how it's made.
When I was a kid, I used to get like dumb snacks. Calories. I used to have like those weird food combinations.
Oh yeah.
So my weird food combination was mayonnaise and jelly.
Whoa.
I used to like
that is a wild one, B.
I used to like the spice and the tang.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, like
I never liked that. That's me. Like I was never. It was like I don't like that weird. I don't want that sweetness come out of nowhere to me. I'm like, if I'm eating sweet and sour, I want yo. What is the sweet? No, sweet and sour is good. But like I'm at like.
Well, it's sick though, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, okay. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, I'm just saying.
But I'm just thinking about the idea of it. I love it.
The reason why I say that is because I know that it was some sick shit, right? Yeah. And I feel like the only motherfucker that probably could have saved me from it was this nigga right here, House. You dig what I'm saying?
Beautiful transition.
So,
that's why he's
I want to welcome everybody back to a brand new episode of Gordon the Bodega.
Back in, baby.
You feel me? I'm your host, Frsk Purple, a.k.a. Frsk with the pink bandana, a.k.a. the late 80s Paisley, baby, a.k.a. Brought the Ladies Crazy, a.k.a. What's happening with you? All right, that's enough. And I'm here with my co-host, as usual, Mariel.
Mari, you know what? I'm going to say like Mars, Gemini, whatever, maybe for the music, then maybe, I don't know. Whatever. Throw it in there. Maybe you can cut it out. Whatever. Pero mira, esa vaina está loca ahí. I love that. I'm just going to say I'm doing good, and I love that imagery, and we'll talk about it when. Oh, you said it around. Oh, you said house already. So you know what? The house, the Prime Video, how they showing. What's his name there? I'm so sorry, but like what's his name? Hugh Laurie. Like yo, they have him looking like the
Naga symbol.
Yeah, but with a snake and some wings. So it's like he's the serpent and the angel. He's in the
it is a pretty great poster.
And this show, I'm sorry, made me scared of it. Made me it showed me that the hospital is kind of like mechanics, like taking your car to the mechanic.
Fact. They're just trying to figure it out.
Like if they don't, like yo, you don't take. I knew somebody. They be telling me like, yo, take the car to the mechanic and tell them to work on everything to make it sound great.
Trust me, he
like
works
if there's
on
nothing wrong with it, don't take it to the mechanic, bro.
Yeah.
Like if you good, but this was like, yo, this is they throw the wrench at it, like yo, boom.
But that house is like that. House is like that. But before we even keep going further, we have to talk about who we have in the house.
Oh yeah, I'm so so sorry. I got so
about who we have.
It's a great show.
It's a great show though. But
we have Watcher Ralph in the house. What's going on,
What's up, Ralph? AKA Playing Ralph. I'm in here.
All right.
About to get into the house, watching house.
Talk about it. And we also have Jack Ray in the house as well.
In the house.
Hey,
Yo, what's going on, Jack Ray? How you feeling, baby?
I'm feeling pretty great. House is one of my favorite shows. I'm happy to be
I
here drinking with y'all and
Nice.
watching it.
Thank you for the beautiful.
Drinking some scotch and watching
Scotch and house.
Scotch and house. And I think there was a lot of scotch in house.
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely does wash down quite a few Vicodin with
like some really good bottles.
Is Vicodin a brand name? Did I just advertise for Vicodin?
You kind of did.
It's gonna be like,
but it is what
you can cut it out. It's whatever. It's like,
I'm not going to.
But you don't scratch it out.
They got it.
Vicodin.
They got it. It's not like you can just go out and buy Vicodin. Like, gotta get a prescription. You know what I mean?
But hey, prescriptions.
If you wanted to.
Hey, they still advertise like crazy in the United States.
That's true.
If you saw
gotta be good for something.
But a Vicodin is like a Rolls Royce. I don't think. I've never seen a Vicodin commercial.
Like just because you.
You're right. They never had to advertise.
Well, I've never seen a Chinese food commercial either.
It just is what it is.
Vicodin, even when it sounds it's like Valkyries, like some like now. All right, now we're getting deep because I just see the picture and
you
that
kind of
looks
do
deep
have
like
to
that.
watch House through because if you stop too early, you kind of get the impression that Vicodin is cool.
I mean,
because it takes a while for it to like. I mean, they do bring on early that he's an addict, but then they kind of like pretty early on they're like, well, I'm a functional addict, so screw you. Like I can go a week without it.
I feel like House was like a trap rapper.
Well, let me ask you this: you guys know where the direct adaptation of what House is supposed to be?
Well, Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, exactly.
Which is why the House Holmes is supposed to be.
And that's why Holmes was an addict. That was the whole arc that he had with him and how brilliant he was.
Everybody has their flaws.
Sherlock Holmes in the original was a cocaine addict, and he could only basically be off cocaine. He would inject cocaine.
I thought it was heroin. Every time they show it, but it was heroin though. Because he would be in heroin.
Different
adaptations.
Yeah, because even now, elementary the show was heroin, but it's probably that different.
He also did a
stint. Cocaine is cool now, and heroin isn't.
He also did a stint where he
they don't want to alienate.
It would be alright
people on coke watching.
But they still did opiates though, because he does a stint, Sherlock Holmes, where he has to infiltrate an opium den and becomes an opium addict. And so his whole thing, just like House, they really are exploring this in hell.
I'm sorry.
That's not Sherlock Holmes himself. No, that was trying to catch Jack the Ripper. Where Johnny Depp plays an actual detective.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I think that's because.
I'm so sorry.
Again, I think that's because right now opiate is a hot drug to go against, right? And coke isn't, so everything has to be like.
Well, also we don't inject coke anymore.
But also, you don't see many people.
If you injected coke, that means you had money back in the day.
I've never. But
and that's beyond. Freebasing for real. That was the original meaning of freebasing for
my ex-roommate, who is now dead, used to inject coke. I don't know if that's what he died from in particular, but he used to do that.
It wasn't cool to inject coke for a while, right?
Good luck.
All of our evil coke people, they stopped at the 80s. We don't have any like new movies telling us about like the coke dealers of the 90s and 2000s. You know why? Because a lot of that shit is probably from the government, and they're like, damn, at this point we're just telling ourselves. So now they have to switch it to heroin because they don't have control of that yet. Once heroin becomes
I'm going to do that. I don't want to get into that. Even though we're not, because I think the government probably does have hands in that shit.
They got money everywhere. They got everything.
Involvement in Afghanistan.
Involvement in
great deal to do with heroin.
That's heroin. Poppy Fields is heroin. That's even easier for them to. Actually, heroin was the first thing that was kind of easier to control than because South America is different. South America is very torn up. So coke only kind of grows in South America better. You see, I mean not more better. That's not actual good grammar. But like you see, like but heroin and all that shit, it grows up in the eastern hemisphere. It grows
more
a lot.
And better.
Poppy fields and all that. So they had more control in the poppy fields before they had control in the coca fields. Truthfully, and I'm just saying, like in my mind, it was always like Sherlock Holmes is on some down shit because his mind thought so fast, he always had to like pop a opiate type of thing. So it was always like a heroinish type of thing, coke, or maybe he did both. Maybe he was on some speedball shit. He was like,
in the original writing, he needed stimulation.
You know what?
And that was the thing.
Exactly. Yes.
So he needed a puzzle.
Yeah, he needed.
And that's the aspect that they explore.
Mr. Robot is the newer version of like Mr. Robot is kind of like, I mean, his thing, because he would like, I remember Sherlock Holmes being like Mr. Robot, like, I'm sorry, playing with like how to make drugs work.
There's so many drugs coming back right now.
He would be how to make drugs work the best for your mind state. If you think about it, Sherlock, it was on that, and then he became an addict, addicted to everything. But he was trying to like control it, and he lost control of something that you couldn't control, and that's what this is. House. I'm sorry, and we bringing it back.
Good time,
you would bring it back. Those are the things that you cut off and you bring back.
You guys got it. Y'all made this conversation real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep this going all night. I'm gonna just drive it in a segment. So the episode tonight is called Ugly. It's season 4, episode 7, and it's called Ugly. I'm not feeling this description, because if you scroll left, look how many sentences, right?
Right.
On episode 8. If you go up, look how many sentences. We get a fucking like a
few words.
House and the team treat a teenager with a facial deformity.
Boom.
That's it. That's all you get.
All
now, I have some knowledge about this. Was it didn't include it in the thing? We're
not gonna talk about it. Cool. So
but we could go back and we could go to the Cody, like Cody, real quick. On the phone,
I don't want
because that should be hard.
Sometimes.
I mean, like it be so different sometimes. Sometimes it be so different, like the description on something that you're gonna.
Right. Well, everyone
will set it up on their own.
All right, you're right. So I'm saying, you do whatever.
Unless it's me, because I just copy and paste it off the internet and put it right in the description.
Wait, I thought that was called ¿cómo se dice?
Plagiarism?
Unless you like mix up the words and switch them up a little bit.
You put quotation marks around it.
You mix it around and you switch up the words a little bit. It'd be like sampling, but kind of
what I've
with
always
words.
wanted to do is I've
Sampling
always
with words.
wanted to take the word plagiarism and have it do something that something else already does and take credit for.
Right. That is deep. I would love to do that.
That's a great design challenge, like design plagiarism.
Let's do that.
With the word plagiarism.
Yeah. Like.
Challenge accepted. It might take years, but I would be like, remember this? Years back.
Episode 7 has 4.5 stars on Prime.
Okay.
And it is 8.7 on IMDb. All right. So Prime Video gives us
I wonder if it's exactly 4.5, because it looks like it could be close to 4.5.
Yeah, and I do need glasses.
Yeah.
So, and by the thumbnail, it looks like it's going to be a black and white episode. If it is, shoot me now.
Okay, yeah, but that's not.
We've
that's
landed on these. 4/7s have landed. Maybe that's like a little thing that we've never. We're gonna uncover something wild.
I think we're gonna start seeing some patterns.
Flashbacks on 4/7s that we've dropped on, but like there's more flashbacks in episodes that we've seen that should happen. That means that a 4/7 could be like that central time to throw those flashbacks and like flesh out characters sometimes. It's happened a few more times than we've expected. So that you threw that black and white shit in there. I'm like,
I don't know if it's black and white. I'm just seeing the thumbnail.
Season 3 actually.
Alright. So you guys ready to get into this?
But he got like an afro a little bit. I don't know. Who is that?
We're gonna find out.
But I just said like, you know what I'm saying, and it looked like black and white.
You want more time to speculate? Or?
No, I'm sorry.
Just get out your system, bro.
I just love that visual of Hugh with the things.
It's absolutely stunning.
That is whoever put that up and made that the thing.
The only thing when I saw that is I thought they still got niggas working on graphics for this old ass show. Like,
well, all these new shows they had to update all this stuff.
Yeah, they getting people hooked on some.
Every time it moves streaming services, they need to do a new thing for it.
Like thumbnails matters and shit.
They're gonna keep that for like a while though. They're gonna have that photo and they're gonna use it.
Because everything is like everybody says, nothing is new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, or whatever that phrase is, it's like everything influences everything. So when people be like, exactly. So yeah, nothing is new under the sun. So it's like everything influences everything.
Right.
So at the end of the day, when you be like, oh, you should watch this. This is kind of like this. You usually explain it in a way that has somebody could put it. So it's like, yo,
like when you're pitching shows or
this is like a thing.
You always tell it it's this
and this and this, man, on wheels, beat.
Yep.
Hey, you never know.
In the city.
With a bodega cat. I see you had throw that.
Because you know what? That might, they probably would go for that.
Yo, look at, Miles Morales in the back of his backpack with a bodega cat. That shit is the illest thing I've ever seen, and I love it, and I love that. That's a beautiful shot.
If you guys have any bodega cat pictures that you would like for us to see, don't be shy and send them over to us on Instagram or on the email or on anything that you see fit. You dig what I'm saying? Prison photos.
For real.
Auto trader, whatever you want.
Memes that you think about that would be funny. Like, do whatever you want. Like, if you want to be creative about like some bodega cat stuff or an experience that you've had with bodega cats and you just want to make it into something, just do it.
We'll leave the link in the Discord. You feel me? Hit us in the Discord. That sounds cool. That's cool to say.
Yeah.
Oh,
Discord.
Here we go. About the black and white episode.
It starts black and white.
It's just,
I
don't know how deep it goes.
Yeah.
I just don't like that it's like really fake black and white. I don't like the grainy like fake like the filter. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Instagram black and white. Mask?
Damn. I think now.
How many little girls do they have to listen to scream?
I think
past that.
Yeah.
That's the perfect school.
Oh, that's it. You already knew.
Oh, it's a meta episode. There you go.
Okay. That's why it's black and white.
36 hours. How to figure that out?
People that wouldn't understand like a little filter that would be a little less invasive, kind of, because that's like black and white back and forth is like a little bit more.
It's a bold choice.
It's a documentary.
Yeah, exactly. Camera perspective.
It's an episode about the making
I know the guy, but I'm
documentary.
just saying, like, to me, like, you're right, like, black and white usually is more like a flashback to most people in their minds.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So if they use, like, a little different filter to show more, this is sharper,
but I mean,
more
it was handheld at the same time, and it was given from the perspective that they were looking at the camera and breaking the 4-4 from the beginning.
Yeah, that's for people that know more in-depth stuff.
Frontonasal encephalus seal. It's a midline deformity. It is to undergo a facial bipartition.
Oh my God.
And what does that mean?
Well, we have 5 surgeons, 4 nurses. It's going to require 6 units of blood.
Will it fix him?
It'll repair a lot of the damage done by it.
Okay. Would you say he'll be ready for the junior prom?
Whoa,
this is
Yeah, that's probably true.
No, I mean, I need you to say.
whoa.
We got an issue.
Exactly. Focus on the actual.
I don't know if people are gonna be at.
Get them out of here.
You know what?
But
You'll be surprised.
I've worked
You'll be surprised. Yeah,
I've worked on a show like this. One episode, very briefly, for like half a day. But they literally prompt you, and they'll have shit in your ear, and they'll tell you what to say.
Oh yeah, especially all the jargon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised.
They're like, hey, can you rephrase that so that you say these words?
And people are very vicious with it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've seen it. Like, they've been on some real like, yo.
They were really nice. They were really nice to me, but I was pro.
Not like
producers.
Like sometimes producers
they
be
put on a
vicious,
casting.
like I mean in real and like
real life.
That real, how do you call that? Real TV, whatever. Reality TV.
David Shore.
Sometimes producers be vicious on some reality TV stuff, and they just want to do stuff like
they want you to get
like her, like she said, like say it, like you know what I mean? She's gonna be good.
Good.
I think he's great on this show because he comes from a comedy background.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
And why do comedians always turn out to end up being like great dramatic actors? You know what I'm saying?
To the depth of like messing with emotions.
When they do.
Yeah, like
Williams. Can I say?
Until we are able to figure out exactly what is causing the heart block, the reconstructive surgery is on hold, obviously. That's yourself.
wait, no, I thought that was somebody. Never mind. I was hyped. I saw the name clear.
Warm bath waiting.
I got a one back. Hey.
Following me?
Darnell will be trailing you to
You know what's wild?
Pretend we're not here.
When they go back to the color, it looks like a set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. The contrast.
Yeah.
Makes
It
you
looks,
see it.
yeah. Exactly. That's it. That's
it
what
takes you out of it.
I think it's so much back and forth though. Like they could have used a different filter to me, man. One sharper for the reality TV shit, and one just regular.
Look, she even said it's black and white.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's a twist.
You think it was them trying to make fun of those type of TV shows without necessarily?
It'd be better if I checked out your wardrobe and messenger.
Like going noir style, you mean?
Like the Arrested Development Office Park and
Yeah,
Rec type of shit.
Yes. I would definitely say
Yeah. That's why they asking them little things on the side. Yeah, a little bit.
And what year would this be? Fourth season of this show?
I think it's like 2007.
Did we throw it out there? He got an owl just creeping up. Is that an owl? Oh man, I'm bugging. Why?
Maybe it looks better.
Why it's Chips games now? I know it's like New York.
Don't wear a printed T-shirt when you go out.
No, you don't. Like not like that. Unless you gotta open or like you know what I mean, and you're gonna like have like part of like the main part.
So wait, I did miss that. I don't. There was a crucial bit of explanation there.
Yeah,
Something about the medical team, or the documentary crew are actually paying for this procedure on this guy who has this deformity, which is what the crux of the show. The documentary is about this kid.
Yeah, I always thought that boss
Kumar's here.
And okay, so we're in the point in House where where House is looking for a new team, and we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yo, West Coast of
We're down to the last few candidates right here. Okay, this guy who's a Mormon.
I thought he was like
he's a black Mormon. That's his thing.
Okay.
And then we have.
I know a lot of Dominican Mormons.
I think he left, came back, and died.
Bless up. Even though I'm not with the Mormon things.
Recognizable.
The Mormon things. Sorry.
You remember what happened to him on the show?
What's that?
You remember what happened to him?
Yes.
Which is crazy, but you know why they did that? Why you have to leave, right?
Yeah. Well, he was going to work for the Obama administration.
Oh, you mean close? Yeah.
He went to go work for the Obama administration. They killed him off, and then they used him for a suicide awareness thing. They just kind of commit suicide out of nowhere. There's no warning or anything in the show. It just happened.
Yeah, because he was like he wasn't like but like he was good, kind of,
Oh yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
He brought a great thing to the
Yeah, hell yeah, definitely. But I meant like it was out of nowhere because he was like such a good character himself. He didn't really have that much.
Pretty much of a miracle how House the show was able to cast. Literally use the show to audition a new team, cast a team, and then continue after their original team that people had fallen in love with, and continue the show for another double its time and more.
It's almost like they did live cast.
Yes.
Whoever the
I'm not sure that they didn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
It was like they threw it in the machine. And that's how they make all the new shows. Like they know like House is like one of those
internet and
shows that
immediate feedback. Like they literally know when people's eyeballs are watching this screen and not, because they know which characters are popular. They know what scenes are getting good feedback. They know all that. They have so much data now. It's crazy.
Damn, but does that mean that nobody like Cosa Epps, or was he after?
Was that?
Yeah.
He started out.
Omar Epps.
He started out and he left, and I believe he came back and died or something.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what happened. I'm not sure.
Yeah, kind of remember.
Because I remember him being for a minute, or like, you know what I mean, like, and this is only 4 like seasons, you know what I mean?
I think it was.
But these are like 24 episode seasons, right?
Oh yeah, this is old school.
Yeah, old school. That's a lot.
I kind of miss old TV.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
Yo, look. Yeah.
This was the first show that I binged.
Yo, remember we had the house? Because we bought the whole DVDs, Jones. We bought like a whole bunch of house DVDs. I mean, I watched them before, but this is old school. So we bought like a bunch of house DVDs because they were like on sale Black Friday for like mad cheap. So it's like house, binging, bow, toma.
Yeah, I did. It was the first one that I binged online though. Found it on some website. Streaming.
Yeah.
And it was like one winter in my freshman year of college when I was really depressed, and I just watched all of the show.
But why house though? Like just if I
was addicted. It's the only medical drama I've ever gotten
you know
into.
why? Because
and it works like a procedural. I love Euphoria. It's a procedural. It has that emotional thing. It's like formulaic enough. It's witty.
Yeah.
It engages the brain enough to like get you into it. Like, it's not something that you tune out.
I think it's best quality. It has that factor of, oh shit, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
You like,
it feels educational.
And they're like, yo, sometimes they be like scaring you, be like, yo, you gotta wear this. Yo, put this on because this shit could be like Lyme disease could mess with you, man. You put your dog in the bring you like sometimes be like, wow.
But what we were talking about earlier though, it did make me realize just how hard it is actually to diagnose diseases, and that if you get anything that's off the beaten path, like
it's hard.
if you don't have a team of doctors who's working around the clock to like figure out what's wrong with you, then you are shit out of luck.
But you know what's funny? I don't know if I'm bugging, but I remember like the first or second season, him not having like a whole team, like him having his boy and like the administrator.
It opens with him having a full team.
So this season he had the three. He had Omar Epps. He
always had Omar from the get.
And then the female actress that was right. Am I wrong? The female actress from Once Upon a Time.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Indeed. Alison Cass.
Yeah.
So I guess House is already working because they're already got
that sounds right?
Wanting to go back and watch the back episode.
Did you ever see
4/7 is working.
You mean this episode?
Yeah, the 4/7 episode. Because you're already, wondering about the past of it.
No, this episode's cool. we're just having a conversation over like a lot of.
I love Taub.
I love him.
Taub did such a fucking good job with this.
That's his name?
Yeah, well, that's the character's name, yeah.
Okay.
He's a plastic surgeon, right, who comes in and he wants to join House's team to, like, do something more, quote-unquote, meaningful. He's literally taking a pay cut and he's coming in and he just wants, he's talented. He has, like, really creative surgical ideas.
He feels bad.
And he he has an arc and he like finds ways to like stand up to House. In a way that like I think honestly he's among the first of the characters that is able to truly assert himself against House without just running away. Because the other team, the reason they're here at this point is because the team all left.
As they should.
But.
Absolutely.
I think he played. I think he played the same, like a plastic surgeon in the show
like
called
the guy
Kingpin.
that plays the same thing on everything.
Didn't he play a plastic surgeon in Kingpin too? Like that show that only lasted like one season.
No, it wasn't him.
It wasn't him. He just looked like him. Or he has the same
feel
to me.
I'm sorry.
Now
HBO Dream, whatever Dream.
What was that? Dream On.
Dream On, yeah.
Yeah, Dream On. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
There'll be some discomfort. He's done drugs.
He was big on the Alien show you liked on USA.
Yeah. I like his character though. He's very.
He's always
right. He's very.
He usually plays a prick, but usually like
more important to make it better than to worry about getting in trouble.
Yeah.
If I did drugs that fix one of my heart problems, it could. And then you can do the surgery to fix my face. That's why we're here. You know the famous people? Everywhere they go, people are watching them, staring.
Mm-hmm.
They never have a chance to just be.
That's real sport.
A lot of them drugs. People stare at them because they're beautiful. Ain't they just stare? You okay?
That's not a good sign.
Not okay.
Oh man.
Someone coughing in a show is never a good sign.
Addressing the central theme here.
Oh man.
Yeah,
that's the thing too.
Cutting into it right before the surgery.
They're throwing some flour in that plat.
Oh, yo, that's my man too. Wait, where's he? Where's he from now? Yeah, he's in something. No, the kid that's sick. He's from something now. That kid.
I don't know his face, bro. Like,
yo, his face, I can see it underneath. It's somebody.
Like Jaden Smith to me.
Right,
it kind of looks like him, but he's an actor that looks like him. You know what I'm saying? I always think that for administrative lady, she looks kind of bad, bro. Like, yeah, okay. I thought it was just me. I'm like, damn, she always wearing some wild stuff.
I always wear a tie. I'm a doctor.
Please don't look at the camera.
I'm a doctor.
Overwhelm the heart.
Nice lipstick.
Thank you.
Bad idea. Hemorrhage came after the block. Let him do the job.
Hey, that's my man.
Anybody here more interested in the medicine, a little less interested in the paparazzi?
Upper GI bleed will be something you ate or drank, maybe a peptic ulcer.
Well,
Good. Except no abdominal pain. The patient hasn't lost his appetite. And the last I checked, the gastrointestinal tract isn't connected to the
Doma.
Yep.
Yo, that perp. Yo, perp.
She keeps saying.
With the purple tie. Puts her lip.
It wasn't a nasal tumor. Stomach cancer. Tumor causes bleeding. Body's reaction to the tumor causes perineum.
Oh, that's why I didn't even know that his character like stepped up. He's administrative now.
Go find the tumor.
Can't stay in the house.
He just threw a shot at the age of about
one organ you can ascribe to intracranial pressure. True.
Oh, Doma.
Intracranial pressure can cause mental problems. It causes
Bisexual icon.
sinus pressure, which causes pressure in the superior vein cava, which shuts down the nerve. Did you just think of that? Then why did you say anything in the change? Asked would have undercut me, forced me to do a procedure I just argued against, and I look like a hypocrite in front of the thousands of people and potential future employers watching this film. If you're right, you stick a scope back down the kid with liver failure, he could bleed again. He just vomited blood.
Whoa.
In it. We're in it.
Whoa. Yo, that's like war. Like we just put us into war. I was like, I wasn't with the black and white back and forth thing until now. I was like, oh, that just tied in the emotion a little bit. It's like a war film,
he says, like,
but at closer, like.
Also, like,
he doesn't get to live a normal life because everyone's always observing.
Like, I think now is like, is everything really black and white like it?
Word. Deep.
Personally, I think he wants to be happy.
Toma.
Obviously.
Natural metaphor.
Hey, I always say this.
Yeah, realize like we were saying, he's the Watson.
Yeah, he's the Watson. That's the Watson right there.
He looks like straight out the 80s.
My brother, he's like the Watson. Yo, it's very cool.
That's why it's Wilson Watson.
Yeah. He's just like moral compass.
I think I'm going blind.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because my man is wild.
Yep.
House would be like in a rage and come up over here and come do surgery after a rage. He'd be wild. In a way.
The crush. Well, I think it's nothing systemic. 13's pretty. Obviously okay with her. Kill the patient. Bitch.
Whoa.
Bitch is a bitch. That's her. Bitch. She's a bitch. No, the one that's thinking you an idiot. The story of life. Boy meets girl, boy gets stupid, boy and girl live stupidly ever after. Pretty girl killing him.
He had some pretty killer advice in his show. He's a pretty good best friend.
Yeah. No, he's a great best friend, bro. He's lucky that he's his best friend.
All time.
Like, truth. Yo, House is wild.
I mean, the way that they ended the show.
Oh, I don't know. I have to see
They couldn't have had any other ending other than Vincent.
Where the nosebleed. It's the labored breathing. You're right about me being wrong. You're wrong about you being right. Any new idea? Anybody?
They're also spinning from that line that he just dropped.
Yeah. Get the cameras out of there.
Does it bother you that this kid's gonna die and you won't put down that camera and put it all,
You people should be extra motivated. I'm sure they all are good enough.
No. You're out there too worried about looking bad.
Dr. House, heart block plus liver failure could mean autoimmune. Maybe scleroderma.
No,
Does that make sense? Not without tight skin on the hands, muscle weakness, and a 30-year-old patient.
Liver failure plus heart block could be mitochondrial disorder.
By the end of this conversation is going to fire. What it's going to do.
See what she just said. Liver failure plus heart block could be a mitochondrial disorder. Go with the size of retinal degeneration. No, it's ICP. You're only going to see swelling. Take him with you so you can see the degeneration too.
So, before you worked here in the ER, you worked for House, right?
Hey,
there she is.
Why did you leave?
Yo, hey.
And she's blonde now. You can even tell.
Oh shit, she was homegirl from that fucking show.
Yeah.
Does House treat you as badly as he treats his current fellows?
I'm trying to remember that Kevin Bacon movie. On
Very clever. I learned how to be a doctor from House, or at least a doctor who learned how to be a doctor from House, if that makes any sense. And you left his team because you couldn't stand him anymore? No, I love Dr. House. That's something we haven't heard.
This is great from a 4/7 perspective because even though they're in a transitional point in the entire series where they're auditioning this cast, so you would think it wouldn't be comfortable. They're checking in with the old members of the cast. They're tying it in. Like they're contrasting their relationships between them and the new cast members. And they're bringing it together self-consciously through this camera. Through this mockumentary media thing we're doing.
No, you're right. It is. That's why I was like, yo, they bringing Omar S back in. What's the name back in? We over there.
Well, I think at this point he is technically House's supervisor.
Supervisor. That's why. Like, I'm the boss now, my G.
Yeah.
But he's good with it. You know what I mean? In a way. He's real. He's always been like that. Like. No, on my ass. He's always been like the judge, like straight, like narrow, kind of like, you know what I mean? Like always look at the course, always more the. Like Wilson is more accomplished, but then Omar is more like, this is the rule.
Yes, this kid has a big head, and the big heads cause pressure. Doesn't explain the liver. Too much acetaminophen does. JRA explains all of it, including the liver. One theory is better than two.
This dude is kind of annoying, man.
You're wrong. Steroids are going to mess with his immune system. Put up
He's trying so hard not to get caught.
Really want to lose this argument in front of the camera? I'll speak to the father.
I love all the extremely clearly labeled, well-designed, like signage for the portals for all the hospital areas.
I wish hospitals could easily navigate.
Never seen a hospital like that.
all the signs, like signs and shit.
I think I can get House thrown off the case and get Kenny facial surgery.
Act 3!
What? Come on.
So,
what?
I mean, they were always on point with their...
Get myself.
What a fucking shit, man.
Your decision was his. I merely voiced my concern. Why did you take this job? He's got a bulging fit, perfectly good plastic surgery practice. Let the money. Fluids aren't draining properly. Temptation to come screw with me. Just too much for you. There's got to be a better reason. He needs surgery to drain. Oh, I think I mentioned this earlier. You're fired.
Oh, shit.
We do it over the line. Get out. But don't go anywhere. You're not fired. Yet.
Him.
No one's firing anyone in the middle of this case. Not while those cameras are here, and not while Talbot's the only person that this mother trusts.
Do what I always do.
Overruled.
You should mind his back.
That's one option. Or you can do
Block his
a
whole
scan of the
shit.
kid's head. If there's no midline shift, we know Tal's wrong, and you get your consent to give the kid's death.
Not in my house.
Just a warning. We have to start getting consent every time we do a procedure. Soon they'll be asking for informed consent.
Stupid. Informed
You
consent.
think you have the guts to stage a coup?
I wonder if the scanner's going to show that he has a bump on his head.
Exactly.
Just a result away from becoming House's front runner. Doesn't care about what you said or what you did 5 minutes ago. Just wants the next man. Show me 20%.
He loves being in this position. He loves having all the info.
I saw it when you were a kid. One thing about being a plastic surgeon, you don't see what is, see what could be. Talk like that around the house, no matter how many good ideas you come up with. So, tell me what you don't like about yourself.
I'm house.
Is that therapy?
I'm house B.
Is Dr. Tao
Therapy?
He was very highly recommended. Well, he's no longer practicing with us, but I've taken over all his files. So if you tell me what needs work, the way he left, he had personal issues.
Oh.
My goodness. You okay? Oh, he's fine. My friend has years done by Dr. Tao. He worries that he may pop back. It wasn't a professional issue. I'm sorry, I really can't go into more detail. Shall we discuss your needs? You know that toe next to the big toe? Mine's bigger than my big toe. Is there no way to shorten it? Or make my big toe bigger?
Yeah, that's how that's how she made things. See that? Toba. He said, yeah. You not a real Dr. B. That's what he kind of did, like some cam shit. Say, yo, you not a real Dr. B if you act like a kid.
Put yourself a Dr. Phil?
Yo, for real.
What are you doing here?
3 scenes.
3 scenes.
Also, shout out to Hugh Boy for somehow making limp sexy. People were like into that for a minute.
You got that cane on beat.
It's like those people that are into like sick people and shit. It's a fetish.
Dr. Tao would rather just...
Not like that little, the jacket. I could see, back in the jacket. I just, like you said, like he should have the whole t-shirt open at least if he's gonna wear that t-shirt.
Yeah, like, cause there's a print under there, bro. Like,
why did you give her a dime?
that's pretty much like 6th grader shit to do on picture.
It's gonna be a review later about what t-shirt he's having on.
That's what
You say anything to her?
Wait, you're still having a conversation in the
They have mad inappropriate conversations in front of patients all the time. The longer the team is under house, the more inappropriate conversations they have in front of patients during surgeries and shit.
Fuck them patients,
For those that can't see, somebody's having a baby right now. They're having a conversation on the side, B.
Yep.
I mean, y'all can see though. Oh no, you can't.
Ciao.
Follow along.
I don't see it. Stay away from the family. House, start steroids and stay away from his family.
You gotta stay sharp, when your house is supervisor, and she did it.
Wow. You are.
Homeboy try to play dirty.
I have a deformity. I know. That's why you're ugly. Sure was a boy. Where else in the animal kingdom? Parents would have eaten you at birth. Your son needs steroids. How do you agree? Does Dr. Tao? Not a real doctor. Plastic surgeon.
Not a real doctor?
It's disrespected. I told you. It's like, nah, bitch.
Doctor who cares? You shouldn't care if I care. I don't trust you. Because I don't think the surgery is important. Just putting your trust into what he does think the surgery is important. You're willing to take chances to risk his life for something he doesn't need. I do need it. I can't have real relationships.
You talking about that's homeboy from Holes?
That's what I think it is. That's what I thought it was, maybe, yeah. Oh, no, not Holes. I think something else. Is it the kid from Holes? But it was like something like that. Holes. It was something like that. I'm looking it up right now because I can't remember, but
it does have a familiar face.
Yeah.
Always go ahead.
But
You never yell at me.
VFX is really
Even when I screw up. I want to be normal. Take your steroids.
Boys, you don't know that nobody normal. You can't be a normal nigga. That thought they have normal.
Well, there's this, right? Then there's also the as often as possible, they want to make House see himself in the patient in some way. So this is like, oh, I'm not normal, quote unquote, either because of his like disability or because of his like super ability. Yeah. Like they do that depending on which episode. It goes back and forth. They do that a lot.
Yeah, Holes.
Holes is up, what?
That's it. That's
Holes. That was from Holes.
Yeah,
you said my phone?
Oh shit. Okay.
No, the kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what like his boy.
Oh, dope. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Holes.
That's what exactly I was thinking about, but I wanted to make
Good
sure.
One, yes.
And that's why you was like, yo, hey, beautiful. I love it. That was
the patient.
Yeah, the patient.
Yeah.
Oh, is he zero?
His boy, the one that's
zero.
Nice. He's zero.
Yeah, he's very pretty. Like, yeah, hey. I was doing.
Good. You thought that was a good idea? I get it too. Sure. I'm gonna keep her around because she makes me an idiot. You're protected. Morgan seems immune. Okay. Did he become an idiot around Chase? Wait a minute. Was that 13?
Yeah. BBD's with you? Oh my God.
Every guy is that guy.
You have the BBD's with you?
The what?
Yeah. Oh no, you know. Oh no.
All guys are that guy. I'm not all guys.
What's it?
The buds that I made you, the zip.
You know, I'm beginning to doubt that.
I'll make it up later. I'll give him some more. I don't to grab
I love Dr. House.
To both something.
And then I qualified it, which, after thinking about it,
I still have another from the
really need to do.
Oh, in the little bag?
Being around
She practicing this in the mirror right now? Yeah. Totally, because it's in color. Yeah.
Qualified before. I'm looking defensive, aren't I?
No, I think that's great.
Awkward. So weird that she dyed her hair blonde when they had him also in the blonde.
Really.
And then they got together. It was weird that they did that.
So they could have little blonde babies and shit.
Super blonde babies. Blonde babies.
This is her jam.
Just take a look at this. Defect is causing this. All right. Didn't see that before. Come on, let's go.
Oh, you see?
Hey, I think you're feeling better. I got me feeling better. But this trusted family doctor thinks that he's found
this trusted family doctor. What a fucking friend.
Yeah.
Okay. You were right. I'm thrilled I'm wrong. This is great, Kenny. You're gonna get your surgery now. First person I'm coming back to see is you. As compared to me, you're gonna look like butt. What, no comeback? Look at that. Little finger.
Oh no, not little finger.
Secure this. There. Here. No better. What's wrong?
Oh.
My diagnosis.
Been all wrong.
What he has. Cancel the surgery.
Damn.
This
look.
Yeah,
This about to punch House head off, bro. Like,
but this is what I do. That's every episode. He has
the final error.
He's always gonna get
elimination. Wrong.
No, but he's always gonna get hit one by a family member or something, or like yelled out.
He's nervous, or he's not, or you were right. He got better when we put him on steroids. This is JRA and it's under control now.
No.
Steroids is temporary condition.
Yeah, real steroids.
He got bad hair.
What about last? It explains everything. The heart
Nah, you gotta have a good haircut even if you got bad hair,
On the other
bro.
hand, if he has one,
He's got a good barber, B. He can make miracles happen.
Thanks for playing. Just accept the fact that
Yo, how you want me to shape you up, my guy?
Yo, exactly.
you're not normal. So you don't want anybody else to be normal. You don't think normal's healthy.
Damn. Bless him. You see
Look
that?
at her face.
Yeah,
He's like, oh shit.
Whoa.
Could be rheumatic fever also explains why steroids help in similar
Rheumatic fever doesn't explain liver failure. Cal thinks this is.
Yo, what's he in now? That's a dude.
Which guy?
The man with the Mormon black dude.
The Mormon black dude?
Yeah.
That's his face again.
That was his name, his character. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
What else to say. All right, the Mormon guy with the.
Well, I mean, there's only.
There'll be some minor discomfort.
My man, you said him, the dude with the afro, with the little fro, like the little shape up. No, my dude, come on, man. Him right there, the Mormon dude. You said he was a Mormon.
Yeah, he's a Mormon.
What's his name?
Yes, the other black guy.
The other black guy. If you want to say the other black guy, but he's the Mormon guy that we was talking about earlier. He's Mormon, right?
I had no idea niggas was talking about him being Mormon at all.
Oh, my bad. You were saying. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, man. I was saying me and Jack. Maybe in mind.
I don't think they bring it up in this episode, but it's a thing.
But you said,
It's a thing that he's Mormon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's, transfusions. No, because it's transfusions, all that stuff.
But
I mean, yeah. But like I said earlier, I know a lot of black Mormons, Dominican, like whatever. If you want to,
Well, the one with the transfusion is Jehovah's Witnesses.
Jehovah's Witness, not Mormons. That's my bugging. Religion, like I'm sorry. Across some different religions.
Feel the same.
Nope. 3.
Still don't mess with both religions.
1.
Jehovah's Witness, that's what I'm saying. Not Mormon, I messed up.
Thank God.
He doesn't believe in transfusions and stuff, like my man E. You know that. Oh man, damn. Sorry, my G, what happened?
Of course he had a witty line. He came back like when he's good. So he said, thank God. He said, why would you thank God? He said, he gave it to me.
But what's gonna happen now though?
I don't know. I feel like this little nigga's gonna die in certain
It doesn't seem like it's in a...
like they're trying to gas it right now.
Yeah, I don't want to see the guy from Hoes die, man. It's my G, bro.
Like, he always dying and shit.
Yo.
Right?
And it's always like, damn, like,
hey,
always
keep your ass alive one time, my
like,
friend.
Hoes is dope because of him, yo. That was a dope movie.
That shit was a dope movie.
Yeah, that movie
It does not hold up, though.
Yeah. Oh, does it not?
Nah.
You try to watch it again?
I tried to watch it recently, and I was like,
oh, cool, man. Damn.
You gotta be wanting to put your kids on it or some shit.
I remember the book being good.
The book was fantastic.
Do I think I'm gonna read the book?
Absolutely not. That's not your reading level.
Not after you watch the movie. It's kind of hard.
And it's just the reading level thing for me.
Oh, okay. I just don't.
And how are you participating in the procedure?
No.
Hey.
They don't want me here because they think the kid's cured. I don't. And what do you think about it? I wish I knew. I never thought
Yeah.
right? Something's gonna go wrong. Dr. House doesn't think he's right. Well, then I'll just waste a few hours watching the surgery.
The danger is we have to reconstruct all the way down to the cranial base, and there are some big vessels down there.
Put some more strips on the ball there, right?
They're big vessels.
When are these pictures taken?
They're big vessels. Yeah, you see? Toma, they're big vessels there. That's what he said. It was like, whoa, vessels? Whoa.
Man, well, longer than that.
There's a whole brother there. You got like the, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about
He just stuck in his face?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
There we go.
Maybe wild shit like that sometimes. Wild stuff like that be happening sometimes in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe like you got your brother was like in your head.
They indicate an open mind, the willingness not to be trapped by conventional.
Like literally, your brother was in your head.
Tell me something I don't know. You hire beautiful girls, enslave them, force them to be
Yeah, it's
around
the same
you.
title the other nigga was wearing, bro.
If
I
they're
promise you.
qualified, keep them. If not, fire them and ask them out. You do realize that tell me something I don't know is expression.
It's Jehovah's Witness transfusions.
Beautiful, ergo, significant to your sanity tonight. No, my point is she's about to enter your office, so you should shut up.
Yeah. Toma.
You're right about the diagnosis.
Yes, Miss Jerry. I'm very proud.
No, I mean, you were right about being wrong. She's got Lyme disease. It explains everything.
Lyme. What? Lyme disease? I was talking about Lyme disease earlier, remember?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that shit kind of scary. So I'm like, yo, how you gonna be? I said that earlier because a dog, you sleep, hey, Lyme disease is a scary thing.
The target rash is hiding.
No one ever looked at him closely enough.
Toma, how she was sleeping on her abilities. She fit. Oh look, he kind of like
the
shit.
show goes on for so long that eventually they have to do everything to surprise you.
Yeah.
Like there's one where like every single episode they bring up lupus and it's never lupus, and then one episode
it's lupus.
it's lupus, and they get to the end, there's like it's fucking never lupus. But there's so many gags about it.
So
there's at least 2 episodes where Lyme disease is the answer because.
Yeah.
It was like, we already did Lyme disease.
Another one. Exactly. It was a dog that
we did.
That's what I think it was a dog sleeping with the person and the some tick thing, and I was like,
yeah.
Shiny, pretty, perky things are good.
There's one where it goes.
And ugly, misshapen teenage.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That was very anticlimactic for everything that was set up.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, is he getting his surgery too on top of that? Or was it Lyme disease and he couldn't get his surgery?
Right, that's one thing I'm not sure about.
Because if he got his surgery, even
life
though
gives you limes.
You get diseases. They pawn.
Stud. Stand up.
Wait.
Your other partner. After Cuddy told you, I stayed away. Did it all over the phone. I asked for a reference since you were applying for a plastic surgery job. God. Yeah. You went nuts. Apparently you signed a non-compete. Now why would you agree to that? I don't want to practice plastic surgery. It's not a contract. It's someone making you. It's getting something from you. What did they give you in return? They agreed to keep their mouths shut. So you gave up your chosen career just so they could quiet. I love my wife. You risked this job. Nothing to fall back on. I thought you were wrong. Sit back down. You're keeping him because he's a philanderer? Where do I sign up? That's the Mormon. I'm keeping him because he's interested.
Oh, he's Mormon. You see, I was right. It was Mormon, bro.
No, I know he was Mormon, but I was talking about the blood transfusion.
The blood transfusion, you're right. But I think Mormon don't do that shit too.
You're fired.
She about to get fired.
Yeah, for sure.
She was confident but wrong the whole time.
Always.
I have treated you unfairly.
Exactly.
Hey, I thought you was.
Be a better person than
Setting us.
You're fired.
Yeah. Toma. Whoa.
Oh no.
Whoa. What happened? Yo no sabía, loco.
Grab some dinner.
Hey, that's a good one. Yeah. Yo. Only house to do that. Yo, you five, but like, you know what? We can go get something to eat.
And you know what's wild?
And you know she probably gonna check him later. She said she just walked out, but later.
She gonna text him later?
Yeah, later. She gonna, yo.
What's dope about
He already did. He just got the text. He's like, yo, I'm coming.
Dr. Gregory's house.
What's his name about you?
Oh, here's the fruit.
I care about your son.
It's charming.
They're gonna edit it to make him look like a heartfelt doctor with all the right.
Gotta give a doctor a disability patch out.
Yo! This nigga sarcasm looks like,
no.
He's even more heated.
That's what set the stolen.
It was Dr. Gregory's house services. Not only a doctor, but a rock for Kenny's father.
Trusting someone who does think the surgery is important.
How?
I just want to say, whoever made that terrible filmmaking inside the meta filmmaking, I'm just saying, like, that's what I just got to throw out there. Like,
That's funny,
But they did it just to piss him off.
I know, it's so funny.
hilarious.
Where you going?
That's a good troll.
Yo, I give him, yeah, that's a, you know about that, yeah. That's a good throw, yo. That's necessary though for the house.
Yep,
People like, you need that, like,
it's humbling.
Like,
Puts it in perspective.
Thank you, Dr. House.
Hey.
You're welcome, Zero.
Yo, bro.
Next
Keep
time,
your
don't
kids.
get bit by them lizards, my nigga.
Yo.
You heard? Keep your shit straight, dog.
Oh shit.
How that was? Hey.
How do we feel?
Hey.
how did we feel? It was kind of long, I felt like.
We did come off.
I think the back and forth of the black and white and the color thing, like,
that's the only thing.
Like, resetting the show for me.
That's true.
Yeah, it kind of takes you out of the normal flow of a House episode.
But it is a good episode.
It is a mild drawback.
It was a good episode.
That was the only beef for me was the filter. The only beef for me was the filter thing.
Yeah.
Could have used a different genre. Like for me, it was like too different, but it was cool. Like at the end, like in the middle, it kind of intersected and feel like, oh, I fuck with it. Like it like brought everything together, and they had Omar Epps' character come back. The other female person from what was her? The blonde. She was a blonde hair person, Allison, and then they had her seeing what's his name that passed away. That was the Australian dude or whatever. What is he, Australian or something? He was there for real, or was Omaha?
Yeah, no, he was there.
He was there.
Yeah. He was there from the beginning and shit. Yeah.
What?
The Australian nigga.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just in her mind, bro.
No.
Okay.
He was there.
I did think.
Rose, then what about that whole dialogue with Olivia Wilde at the end when the surgery when she figured things out?
Yeah.
He was literally having
she was having
wait, what's that?
He was at a resident ghost.
That was a resident ghost?
No, I thought she's the only one that could see him. Because he died in the early episode of Set. Because he never interacted with anybody else.
You thought it was a Bruce Willis.
There is an episode where he does come back as a hallucination in the house.
Oh, word? Okay. Hey, you see, like, foreshadowing for that episode. But, like, nah, I messed up because I never saw him interact with anybody else in that episode. If you really think about it, I don't know if they filmed if he wasn't available, or if like in COVID time it would be like, oh, you both had a test and y'all good to shoot, but like you know what I'm saying, back then it was like I don't know why.
How do you feel about it though? I felt like we got into it a little bit, but I don't know how we feel about it like towards the end collectively. Anybody got thoughts? See, that's the thing.
It drags a little bit at the end.
Anticlimactic instead of love.
You don't get quite the sense of urgency from this episode that a lot of the episodes have.
Yeah. Because a lot of episodes are more like they have two storylines going.
Yes,
and it's like life. And it feels like more life or death.
It's like one patient.
Right there.
And the synopsis of this was literally like a sentence because it was just one storyline going straight to
Well, they do have the ongoing arc of the first half of this season, which is the
whole team of him
narrowing down of the new team.
Yeah, but if episode 8 got that long ass summary, episode 7 should have had a long ass summary.
No, and they usually, since you guys be saying it like or comparing it or saying that it is basically a Sherlock Holmes, they usually have like the part of the team go out and investigate certain things or aspects of the life and what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Check the fridge,
and that wasn't happening right now. Like you know what I mean? Like it was just all there, and it was just like, hey, asking questions. It was more dialogue driven.
Well,
that did lack a crucial element of the house. Standard
investigation of what's going on and what's causing this underlying even though they do we're gonna throw this at it first, the mechanic thing that I was talking about that scares the hell out of me from the house thing. I'm like, damn, they all I mean like
the kitchen sink.
It's like, yo, what? This is not working. Let's try this. I see like pressure rods and people like and half like they but like, you know, at the end they're living, but I'm like, damn, yo, that was a lot.
Is it really brilliance to get it wrong like 10 times to finally figure it out?
I mean, maybe like you said, it's stuff that's never. It's stuff that like when it comes to house, it's like stuff that's never been. It is true that what Jack was saying is stuff that's never like stuff that is the last hope. Like you know what I mean? These are the people that is the team that you throw at the end. So some stuff is like that.
It's
but
not like
I feel like it made me feel like a lot of doctors do be like on some, yo, if it's not this, it was that. Because remember my gallbladder joint was like, yo, that it was sin, whatever. But it was like, yo, I had to be like, yo, this is what happens when your gallbladder hurt. This is what I'm feeling right now. And that's when they was like, yo, maybe it's your gallbladder. And then that's when they took it out. Yeah, maybe I was feeling that before.
It's like doctors talk down to people for researching shit on the internet, and they're like, well, I have a medical degree, blah, blah, blah. But I've heard over and over again so many stories from people that I know who go into the doctor and say, like, I've done a lot of research about this, like, I know what's going on with my body, like, can you please look into this? And it takes so much effort to get them to finally look at something.
No, that's why you can't. You gotta look at it. You gotta go at them. Be like, no, I'm fit. Like, look up what the actual thing that. Yo, I'm feeling this.
I've had several people literally that I know with Lyme disease.
Yeah.
Have to go through a lengthy diagnosis process.
I can believe that.
And get misdiagnosed several times before they.
It's the house experience.
Yeah, they've actually had that. So I've seen it in real life.
The only difference is like the patient in this episode had no idea what he had.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So,
Oh yeah, for sure. That was just a tangent.
But he had something.
That was just a tangent about like the medical experience versus the house experience. Because the house is just like this fantasy of a dedicated team of people who will tirelessly pursue.
Yeah, because even when we're talking about that whole storyline of who have you ever heard of doctors go to your house and then look through your trash, get all the food, look in your fridge.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me a dedicated doctor that will do that. That's the next level detective.
Yeah, it's kind of presented as this edgy, like, ooh, naughty thing, but like, damn, I wish doctors cared that fucking much.
Exactly. They'll be like, okay, bring your garbage and I'll maybe look through, but they don't go to your house.
But that's it. Like, you gotta. It's like carte blanche was like, if you don't do this,
you gotta do all the work, like, and then they charge you so much money for it.
Oh, probably at the end. That bill, or no, a lot of this stuff too is like stuff that I think they do on the strength, right?
Well, they do
a lot of it like
they're going through.
Oh no, because they paid. You're right. They got a brolic ass hospital. You know what's funny? That hospital is
the teaching hospital.
Like, just to see the little picture.
Is kind of hilarious. The fact that they're literally just like bringing in medical students to do this kind of stuff. The whole conceit of the teaching hospital meaning we have this like fantasy diagnostics department that has like pretty much unlimited resources and time and only one case at a time.
What's up with the whole season as like a Survivor season almost?
Oh yeah, I mean it was brilliantly done, like we said in the beginning. Like,
but yeah, I don't even know. Like I don't even know what the rating would be for House.
Are you popping pills? Nah.
It's a tough one to rate.
Out of let's say 10 misdiagnoses, how many would you give House? 1 being the best, and 10 being the worst.
Hey, I like it.
1 being the best?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
because you don't want more.
I'm with you.
I mean, this episode was kind of a 5.
5, yeah.
It was right in the middle. It lacked that sense of urgency, so I'm not gonna put it above the mid range.
Yeah.
It did have a lot of elements that established a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It didn't have so much cameos, but we're at this point in the season where we're bringing in and dropping characters all the time. Like, that doctor that he cut was actually someone who came in later, not with the original crop, and who left. Early. So from the point of view, someone who knows the show pretty well, like that particular element is just like, that checks out. But yeah, it did lack that sense of urgency. The black and white cut back and forth, even though I see where they were going with it and how they were examining that. It does slow down the pace of the episode pretty dramatically. You know, it really, it's like a little bit of a stumbling block.
Agreed.
So,
sorry.
Maybe if it actually hadn't been black and white and it had been like just in color, but like this is in film and we can see that it's just like grainier or something.
With the time code or something like that.
But you know, this is way back now, and Yeah, so I think it was right. I think it was right in the middle.
Okay.
You know.
That's fair. Rob, you got thoughts?
Yeah, I would actually say the same exact thing with 5. Misdiagnosis. Diagnoses.
We get to fuck up 5 times before we.
Exactly. Yeah.
Before the case of someone else.
The funny thing is that I remember the last episode we did, which was about Park and Rec, and it felt surreal because it was almost like I was experiencing that within this show, and I'm not used to that because this episode had that whole documentary element and kind of, like we said, throw me off. And that whole black and white was, again, like it was to try to, like we were saying, like show the differences, but at the end of the day, like you're saying, black and white most of the time is about the past, or it would be more like a surveillance camera and not documentary stuff. So it was like, and they try to give even an explanation of why it's black and white, but again, it almost felt like they needed to say that to make sense of their whole motif of what they're doing.
Like it was heavy on the exposition.
Exactly.
Maybe they messed up in lighting whoever was rocking the camera that was supposed to be.
That's perfect.
And they had to do that in post.
And they had to do it in post somehow because
because the lady references that as the black
I know,
and white.
but then you could have shot that in like and fixed it. I'm just saying because truthfully, like it's not the thing. It's because of like it's just that's a lot. Like they could have used the Sharpier thing and the thing.
I think changing a frame too is a big thing. When you literally like put it in a different,
something in box or something like that.
In a box,
that would have been enough. It's like if you're watching House, you're already in it, so you already your mind could work with certain things. You don't need black and white to differentiate you from like it being something that's filmed and something that's not. Like to me, that's a lot. Like a little bit.
Show that like the camera crew that was there in the episode. Couldn't really keep up with House's style. He was always dragging them through doorways. And he was trying to do his walk and talk thing. They couldn't really keep up. They were just in the way. Which seems pretty factual.
How many did you give it?
You know what? I'm gonna be a little nicer. And for some reason, I'm going to give it 4.
4?
You know what I'm saying? 4 misdiagnoses. Because it's like, you know what? It did establish a lot. Even though of the thing. And the thing was that I'm always about endings, and the climax and everything was a little lacking, but we were kind of like, oh, this is pretty dope, even besides the black and white thing and all that for a second, and we weren't enthralled in the whole thing, but then it just kind of like because we're not really in the story as much, so for a 4.7 it falls short, but I give it like like a 4, like I said, you know what I mean, just because I'm a so it's House, you know. I love.
Nice. No, I'm agreeing with the fellas here. I'm giving it a 5.
Hey, 5 all around. Could have been 5.
Because Zero was in it, and he was recognizable through the face makeup. That I felt like they got credit for that. You dig what I'm saying? They got credit for attempting to do like the meta thing by the documentary. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't execute it how they should have, so they lose points on execution, which is what brings it back down to 5 for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would love to see like House ripping into an established team already. You know what I'm saying? So it feels more familiar of what the show is rather than this transitional period.
Yeah, we were so close to being at the point of the final team in this. But that's that thing about where the timing of 4.7 is. Have it being right at the it's like the second week of November. It's right before they're about to go on a break.
You're right.
So ideally, like something has to happen.
Yeah, it has to leave you on the cliffhanger.
Not necessarily cliffhanger, but there has to be something like developing, something that's gonna make people want to come back after a break. So they're gonna be close to pushing something along.
Damn, I wish I said 5. Damn.
All right.
Hey.
Well.
I want it back.
All right.
Hey, real talk. Pause. But we got sign off.
Sign on. All right, Rob, you want to plug anything while we're here?
I ain't no doubt. Yeah, just plug out Watch It Ralph, Play It Ralph on the YouTubes, on the Twitch, on all the social medias. Check it out. Check out a couple things I'm gonna put out soon. D&D and movies, TV shows. Break it all down for you.
Jack, you got? You want to tell people where they can reach you? Do you care if they reach you?
You know what? I've got nothing to plug today. I just want to say, like, you know, take some time to enjoy some of these things. Take a look and think about it. Talk about it with your friends. It's a lot of fun.
I like that.
Nice. Wow, I like that. I can't follow up. I can't plug anything. After that, you know what? Go home, get a nice bottle of scotch, drink it, watch a 4/7 of your own that you've been wanting to watch and enjoy it. But you know what? I'm